Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about a reality element. What is a reality element? It is um, the actual shape of reality, and I want to discuss it with you. Right. So my reality element that I want to present to you today is that art is not subjective. It is objective. Whether the art critique is not subjective, it is objective. So this is a Scott Garibay perspective, and for me, this reality element, I'm going to set it in place, and here it is. Okay, the, I understand the world believes that the critique of art is subjective, and that you put a piece of art on the wall, like you put a painting on a wall, and this person says this is the most amazing piece of art I've ever seen. Another person says this is trash, and then you ask everyone, you say, oh, these two people completely disagreed on this, who's right? And they'll say, well, no one's right. It's art is subjective. It's whatever people think about it. But that is wrong. And so this is common knowledge that now is actually useless knowledge and wrong. Okay, so let's get into it. Let me explain why the critique of art is 100% objective. Right, like correct, incorrect, wrong, right. Let's get into it. All right. It all has to do with the statue of David. Okay. The statue of David was, made by Michelangelo, and it is, I think it's like over 15 feet tall, and it's an incredible work of art. Right. Actually, let's not even get there. It's a work of art where literally 1,000 people a day see it, and maybe one person out of 1,000 would say that's a bad piece of art. Everyone else, there isn't even a discussion. They just look at it and go, wow. Like walk past it and say, that's an amazing piece of art, right? Now here's where this gets interesting, okay? There's a point where it art does not get critiqued. It critiques the viewer, right? So if you walk in front of the Michelangelo's David, and you say this is garbage, right? And you say it out loud, right? Then people can have a conversation with you, and that conversation is going to go like this: "Oh, do you need glasses? Like I could take you to an optometrist, right?" Or they might say, "You're not feeling well today. I understand." Or they might not say anything, and they were like, "Do I have extra money to maybe help this person get mental health care?" Like that's where it's at, right? Like the statue of David is so good. The debate on whether it's good is so good. The debate on whether it is good or not is over because it is objectively good, right? And the shape of reality says, if one, basically, if this can be proven with one piece of art, it's true for all pieces of art. So I do not believe even remotely that the critique of art is subjective. It is completely objective, right? Now, there are certainly pieces of art where it's difficult to say, right? And there can be debate, right? But the reality is, I believe that you should begin to hold your critique of arts as completely correct or incorrect, wrong or right, right? And that you can literally declare other people's review of art as invalid and wrong and incorrect, and simply based on a lack of being able to actually understand the art that's being seen. And I think that's the issue. When you see two people disagreeing, one of them is prepared, right? Has built their mental intellect to a point where they can say something and they are right, right? And then another person has an opinion, and on art, everyone's saying opinions are, it's not even an opinion. It's an observation based on the structure of your intellect, right? And so I, for one, am going to say this clearly. The reality element that I'm presenting is that the critique of art is absolutely not subjective. It is 100% objective. And you can abandon the world's common knowledge and recognize it as useless knowledge. You don't need to sign on to this silly common knowledge that's out today, and we can begin to break it, right? And say, no, the critique of art is real, right? And so a good example of this would be, so we know what is good art, right? Like the statue of David, right? And it's reached a point where it reviews it actually critiques to the viewer, right? And what would be an actually like an inarguably bad piece of art? That's a very good question. I would say Marvel's Eternals is a perfect example of this, right? This was an artist who really did nothing to connect with the source material and delivered one of the lowest ranked Marvel films because she was genuinely not engaged, and it was an artist who really didn't have a desire to do the art that she was contracted to do, right? And I think there's other examples of this, many, many, many other examples. Now, you might be able to find a better example of a piece of art that is inarguably bad, but the existence of the statue of David, in my humble opinion, fully proves, right, that the critique of art is 100% objective, not subjective, objective. Thank you.